Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Karamawian, and let's get straight to business. So this week I finally started working on my third personal project using the Izzy stack, which is React, TypeScript on the front end, and Spring Boot and Postgres, SQL, and Supabase on the back end. And this project is going to be a property management software because I don't know, I just want my third personal project to have a real usage, like in the real world. And there's people with buildings, with apartments, people that want to become landlords, so people that probably already landlords and they would like to have a software to manage tenants, buildings, and things like that. So I was like, you know what? I know the hot topic is MCPs, AI this, AI that, but man, I there's room for things like this still. So I'm very looking forward for this project. And what I was going to do at first, as I said in the previous vlog, I was going to get the repo of the MVP that I built with my teammates during the Dallas Software Developers Group, which was at the beginning of this year. We did an MVP, but the thing is, on Monday, the more I looked into the files, I was like, man, I think it's better if I just build this from scratch, and this way I can really talk about this. And again, I want to take this to the next level. So there's things that I'm going to add here. For instance, this repo doesn't have necessarily like an authentication or a sign-in process. So it was just going to be a lot of deletions, a lot of headache. And I was like, you know what? Since I'm going to include Clerk and Supabase, might as well just start from zero. But of course, whatever is working here in the front end and as well in the back end, I'm going to add it into this new project. But the good thing is I'm going to be building this from zero. So I'm going to know where everything is, what is what. So it's going to be more concise. Everything's going to make more sense. And at the end of the day, I'm going to have a solid project with a real case usage that I can talk about. And I'm very excited. Right now, I'm working on the entities and the services and the controllers, making sure the DTOs and all the backend and Spring Boot make sense before I jump straight to the front end. So right now, the front end, because I decided to do them on a repo, if the application becomes big enough, I can always split. But for now, I'm going to stay with a mono repo and already have all the files, all the dependencies that I'm going to be using for the front end, which is not that many. That's the great thing about working with Spring Boot. It takes a lot of the dependencies that I would need if I didn't have this. So basically, this is all I'm going to be using. But I cross that bridge when I get there. And right now, I'm going to make sure that the database, the backend, the APIs, everything is set nicely and ready to go. And then once this is completed, then I'll be moving forward with the UI, which is it's not going to be much different from the MVP. But again, what I'm going to be doing is adding the things that I want to add, and whatever is working from the previous repo, I'm just going to add it into this application and just make sure that everything makes sense within the context. So yes, I'm very excited about this project, and right now I'm making sure the buildings, apartments, and tenants, which are separate entities, but they all connect, right? You need a building that has apartments, and once you have apartments, you have tenants. So that's going to be the flow. So I'm very looking forward to this project. I know it's going to look very good in my portfolio. And yeah, essentially that's what I've been doing this week. And another one is I'm going to a nice MCP meetup next week, which is very good. And I'm actually going to start learning about MCPs tomorrow because it's such a hot topic. And I just want to make sure that I understand these new cases when it comes to AI. So tomorrow I already have a tutorial for MCPs, and I just want to get involved, learn in my free time, learn more things. And next week I'll have a MCP focused meetup in Manhattan. So I'm very looking forward to that. And yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.